last 60, best 60. It's really easy to just sort of feel like this year was a wash, but I really encourage all of us to think like maybe this year was an opportunity. Maybe it was an opportunity to slow down, to really look at what we do with our time when we're not busy with the going out and commuting and, all the stuff that we were able to do. And then now with the pandemic and all the things that kind of are limited to us, like what are we going to do with all that time? And it's easy to just like say, well, I'll just wait till it's over. But it's pretty amazing if you could say, well, let me take a look and see what I can do with my time and my life and make the next 60, the last 60 days of 2020 amazing. So I'm inviting you to be part of it again. So if you're interested, let me know. Just reply back to this email and just say I'm in, and you'll get the weekly videos. I'm also inviting people to be part of a process. So one of the things that I was thinking about during the pandemic, during spending a lot of time teaching from home, working on projects, writing, was that I really want to have a deeper impact in people's lives. And so while I love teaching yoga, I also think that the process of looking at our lives and reflecting on our lives and making plans for our lives is very powerful. And instead of thinking, oh, I'm just gonna see what comes my way, like really set our GPS on areas in our life that we really wanna achieve or attain or experience. And so I'm inviting you to be part of that process. And it'll be weekly in addition to the free videos, and you can do it live or you could do it on your own time. So this process is actually going to start with the exercise that I always start with, last 60, best 60, the Wheel of Life. And I'm going to do a deep dive every week and give you tools and ways of processing, reflecting back and sort of reviewing, taking inventory of that area of life, and then also give tools on how to plan, how to dream, how to explore what's possible in all of these areas of life. And it'll leave us with a plan for next year. And so one of my big things about last 60, best 60 is that I really hate that feeling at the end of the year, like, oh my gosh, I want to change everything. And then we make these unrealistic resolutions, and then by mid-January, we've put them aside or forgot about them or just felt already discouraged. So this is more like creating a plan for the next, maybe you're going to do it in 60 days, the first 60 days of 2021, or maybe it's going to be a year long, and you can choose that, like that's up to you. But by looking back and then really taking some time to look forward with intention, I believe that we'll come out with something that will really help us to set us up for our best success in our life. And that's the thing about yoga and coaching and the stuff that I'm up to, is it's all about living our best life. Not many of us have that in place. We kind of are like, okay, what's next? What's on my calendar today? What do I need to do this week? What do I have to do that, so-and-so signed me up to do? And I think that there's a better way. I think that's really set me up to be pretty intentional about how I look at my day, week, month, quarter, year, and not like in a goal setting kind of way, and did I get this goal, did I get that goal, but really looking at the destination and thinking about the journey that I want to take, like not just get that goal, but I want it to be fun. Like I want to love my work. That's really important to me. And so having ways of really loving my work and growing in my teaching and coaching and being part of wisdom circles and masterminds and learning things that I love, that has really helped me to progress in areas of my life that people may not always think to plan, and especially like adventures with my husband. Like, we have adventured. It was 2018, and we had neither one of us had studied abroad, and I had this conference in Europe, and I'm like, let's make this a work abroad thing. And it's something that wouldn't have happened had I not set a vision for being able to travel and work and experience new cultures. So, like, really making that happen and taking some time now to reflect on your life, and what would that look like? What does joy look like in your family life? What does adventure feel like when you're working the job that you're working? And so really looking at your whole life, one category at a time, but seeing how different areas of our lives can enhance or embrace different desires or goals or aspirations that we have in our life. So my first video is going to drop on Sunday, November 8th. And then from there, every week you'll get a video. And if you're going to be part of this like more process-oriented, you'll get a second video, and then you'll also get an opportunity to connect with me. I'm inviting you to be part of that. So email me back, let me know what you're up for. And if you just want the videos, if you want to be part of the process, I'll make it work for whatever works for you. You could get the video later, but then share it in an email. And so I'm really excited to create this opportunity for people to go deeper, especially because this is the third year, I think, that I'm doing Last 60, Best 60, and I'm just getting more excited about how people have responded to it. And I started thinking about this since September. So I have a process that I think will really help people. And I'm just going to share with you like the story I always share, and why planning and thinking and setting your direction is really important. So Gary Kraftso, one of my favorite yoga teachers that I was so lucky to study with early in my yoga experience, he would say, if you're going from the east coast of the United States across the Atlantic to Europe, you could land in England, France, or Africa. And where do you want to go? Like, that's a good question, right? Do you just want to like see where the wind blows you? Because you can end up in a country that is so fantastic, or you could end up like, this is not what I had wanted. I really wanted to try African food. I really wanted to, understand Portuguese culture. And so you end up somewhere else, and that's not where you wanted to go. And similar with our lives, like, where do you want to go? What do you want to experience in your life? And we've found that, when things change, like we might feel limited. But even within the outer limitations, like our life, there's a lot that we can plan and experience virtually, or even, maybe this is the year of not going out, but writing your book. Or maybe not a book to publish, but maybe a book or letters to your future grandkids. It's like, really, let's get creative about where we're headed in life, and look at the last 60 days of 2020 and just be like, I am so glad this year happened, because I got a lot of clarity, I got a lot of direction for where I'm headed. Even though we're looking at, closures or limitations in terms of travel and going out, and some businesses not opening fully until like later in 2021, there's so much for us to work on and do and experience now. And if you're gonna let those boundaries or limitations limit your happiness, I really invite you to consider that and get creative about what's possible in our lives. So email me back with if you're in for the last 60 best 60 videos, and then also let me know if you're in for a little deeper process. It will be very good exercises and processes to look at every area of our life and to dream and plan and strategize and celebrate our best lives. So thank you, and if you're not being part of Last 60 Best 60 this year, have an amazing rest of your year. Talk to the people that are meaningful to you. Say thank you to the people who've been consistently present in your life. Make plans to connect with people that you love, whether it's virtually or socially distant. And if there's anything in this coronavirus time that I've learned, is that life is super, super precious. So, spend some time thinking about and acting upon those deep, deep desires that you have, and share it with your friends, share it with your circle of influence, connect with mentors. I've learned so much and valued so much about what I've learned through this time. This year has been amazing, and I'm really excited to guide you through the next 60 to make them your best 60 days of 2020. Thanks.